Hello everyone. So today we are going to add this objective marker into our level, into this demo level we are working on. So once we reach that objective marker, the next point that we need to reach will appear. See, that's what happened. So yeah, at the moment this enemy system and fighting system working enabled, so I have to kill these characters and proceed to reach the next objective marker. So yeah, today we are going to focus on how to create the objective markers and how to activate them sequentially as I proceed through the level. Right, so as the next step of this demo level we are working on, I want to have some kind of objective marker that shows like where to go next. So even though in this level it's obvious that where should we go, and also it's not really needed, but still I want to have it because at some place, if we have, let's say, like a larger map, when we have to show some specific location, like some place that we need to complete an objective, I want to have a way to show that in a marker and with the distance. Right, so for that I have already created an icon, this one, and imported it into the project. So I'm gonna use this icon, and below that I'm going to put some text that shows the distance to, initially we need to go to over here, then after we go into this place, maybe perhaps we should show some other location around here. So that's the way I want to do. Okay, so to implement something like that, we already have created this actor details widget, but here all we have is this icon. It's called image. Let me just change it to icon, and also we have a text above that. If I put 100 meters, it would appear like this. Now we can reuse this. All I need is a way to change the icon and the text. Oh, wait, let me delete this because this is used in other places, so I don't want to make any changes to that. Let's leave it like that, and let me just duplicate it. Widget, let's call it objective marker. Okay, now instead of this icon I can put the objective icon I just imported, and I think we should put the text below. For example, 100 meters. We can put it, this is 15, 30. Maybe this is not enough. If that is the case, we can change it. Right, now let's add this to our trigger, the main trigger. Triggers are located here. We can add widget, and this should be in world space. Space is, no, this should be in screen space, not world space. And as the widget class, we have to select that. Oh, it's right here. Objective marker. Alright, now let's just add it and see how it looks. See, I can see that everywhere on all the triggers, which is not exactly the way I need it. So in the construction script, the widget set hidden in game, no, set visibility, and I'll promote this to a variable. I'll call it marker enabled. By default, I'll make it false. Right, now I wouldn't see that marker in any of the triggers, but I want to see it for this one initially. So I'll select that and marker enabled. See, now I can see that. The next thing I want to do is implement in a way to update the number, and also it should appear a little bit above. So perhaps we can actually set that here, because it could be common for all the triggers like this. Yeah, right. Now to update that, do we need the trigger tick for the triggers? I don't think we really need the tick, because we are not really depending on anything on the tick. So even if we leave this disabled, it would be fine. The reason that I'm talking about the tick now is because I'm thinking of a way to like update the distance from the player to the objective location when we want to show the widget. So here I'll add a function update distance. Here what we want to do is get the widget, get user widget object to access the actual widget, and all we have is a user widget object reference here. So either we need to set up an interface or we need to cast this. So let's just cast it and save a reference. WDG objective marker and promote to a variable WDG objective marker. Right, now we can do a validated get to this. So if we already have a valid reference, we don't need to do the casting, otherwise we have to do the casting. So if we already have a valid one, we can simply use a reference and call update text. If it is valid. If it is not valid, we have to do the casting and get a valid reference. Now to calculate the distance, we need to get the character and also get the location of this actor and get actor location of the player and calculate the distance. So as I know, this is returned in centimeters. So to get meters, let's divide it by 100, and we need to show m as well. For that, let's do an append. First show the number, then m. Now we can actually call this update distance if we have enabled the marker, and it's not necessary to, it's a waste to actually calculate this in every tick. So what we can do is maybe like every half a second updating should be enough, not every frame. See, now we can see the value is being updated, but we can see a lot of numbers. We don't really need that, so just a full number should be enough. How do we do that? Round. Yeah, let's just do a round and see how it looks. Yeah, it looks fine. And once I go here, that should disappear and we should start seeing the next point, if there is any. First, let's see how to make this disappear on trigger actually. Let's create another function. CodeLikeMe. And also, even though in the construction script we are using the same variable, let's set it here with this value and use it. The reason to do that is I'm gonna call this toggle objective marker on trigger as well. So on trigger toggle objective marker, let's call it with the false. Now we have to make sure that we call the on trigger event parent in all other child types. So that should be if we don't call this, the disappearing of the objective marker will not work. Here we have okay. All right, last one. Oh, this is the first one. Okay, nice. That's all. Yeah, that's all. Right, now let's see. Once we reach that checkpoint, it should disappear. Right, it disappeared. Nice. And then we should see the next checkpoint. For that, so we have only 2 sublevels, no, 3 sublevels. This one, and I think we are loading the enemy 1 sublevel. No, that's the sublevel we are loading here. Right, so in the enemy 1 sublevel, right, so we can do something like this. So this we have a second level loader here. I think this is in, no, this is in the persistent level. But if I enable the objective marker to this one, oh wait, no, let's not make any changes to those, but let's add some trigger into this enemy 1 level. So we can put some marker maybe around here, would work, because if I put here, player will always take this path, and if I put here, player will always take this path. To prevent that, if I put the marker somewhere around here, player have the freedom to choose any of these paths. So let's make the enemy 1 active level, and now let's just add a trigger. This won't do anything. This, oh, okay, that should be fine. Let's enable the marker for this, and I'll make the trigger bigger. Like this, so that we will not miss it. And did I already enable the marker? Yes. Okay, now let's see. Oh, why do we see the marker of this one as well? Did I enable the marker for that? Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, now we can only see this marker, and once I go past this one, I can see the next marker over there, and that's exactly what I needed. So yeah, okay, so I think it's enough for today. Oh, and one more minor thing, someone had commented that when I try to throw a grenade, and even if I cancel it, the grenade count decreases. So you can see that in the bottom left corner. See, now I cancel, but still the grenade count is reduced. So to fix that, this is the throw grenade, and this is where I reduce the count. So I think if we just do this part, let me copy this and directly connect here into this macro and paste. Right, and the update part should happen if I am throwing. That means here. Now it should be fixed. Let's see. Let me click and cancel. See, the grenade count is not decreased. If I actually throw, it is decreased. Okay, alright, so I'm going to stop this episode right here. So thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.